Welcome back everyone. Now we are going to learn about the cache memory. So this was a surprise I was talking about, and now let's study about the cache memory. In the cache memory, we need to know that which kind of the memory it is. Well, whenever a processor, something called as the processor, needs to fetch the data from the main memory, it takes time, and it gives us the time lag, and because of the time lag the whole process gets slowed down. So we add one small piece of fast memory. This is fast memory, which is known as cache memory. Well, if you're thinking about which kind of the main memory it is, let me explain that it's DRAM. Okay, so to overcome this time lag or the delay, we use the cache memory because it's very fast, and because of the speed of the cache memory, it do not require, or we can say just it overcome all the delays that happen between the processor and the main memory. It overcomes that delay, overcomes the delay time. So let's see that how many times it gets successful. So to know that, we calculate something called as hit ratio. You might think that what is the need of any kind of ratio? Well, the need is there indeed. First, let's understand that what is the meaning of the hit here. Now, hit means when processor, when a processor sends or calls for some data to the cache memory, and it is successfully able to give that. That is called as hit. But when the cache memory fails to give it, it has to go to the main memory or RAM. So processor has to travel a long way, and that is a miss for our cache memory. So this is the whole story. So let's understand its mathematical formula for the hit ratio. Well, hit ratio is written as hit divi divided by hit plus miss. That's the whole formula for the hit ratio. How many times you hit, how many times you miss. That's all what we need to have. Like for example, let's take an example for that. Number of hits means as many as number of times the cache memory is able to give us the information is 1400, and number of miss, that cache memory is not able to give the required data, so we need to travel through the RAM to the main memory. That is let's say 100 because it's mostly able to give, so I kept the numbers as practical as possible. Now what is the hit ratio? The hit ratio is 1400 divided by 1400 plus 100. It simply means 1400 divided by 1500. So on cancelling out, you are going to get 14 divided by 15, which will going to be 0.9 something. So this is very efficient, and most of it is hated. As we can see, out of 1500 times, it hit it 1400 times. So it saves so much of the time, so much of the processing time that we required. So this is all about the cache memory. I hope you have got the idea of the cache memory, that why do we keep that. Well, you might be pondering just like me from your engineering mind, that why don't we use just the cache memory everywhere, and what is the use of the main memory? Why should not we just develop the cache memory? Well, there are several reasons. Let me tell you the most obvious form of it. Cache memory is very expensive. Well, that's the real practical reason. No matter what kind of the logic I apply to prove it, that it's not able, it's not applicable, it is not researched well, or there is some kind of a problem. Nothing matters most as the expenses. If someday we can control those expenses and can make the things cheaper, we are definitely going to see that cache memory everywhere, maybe inside the RAM. Well, it is right now also, but not on very broad level because of that much high quantity of price. So we don't want to pay that much price, and it is very speedy. It's speed driven. So that's how the things happen. I hope you have got the idea of the cache memory, and also what the cache memory keeps if you want to know. So just like the index, cache memory keeps the address, that where is what. That's it. You can call it as a map. So cache memory is having a shortcut map by which it can just travel and look for the definite data that it wanted, that is wanted by our processor. So this is the whole story. And sometimes when our map don't work, we physically have to processor physically has to go to the main memory to look for the data one after another, and that's what's taking the time. So this is all about the cache memory. I hope you have enjoyed the cache memory, and now in the next one we are going to learn something excitingly new. So till that time, take care, God bless, and see you in the next one.